Professor Layton and Luke open the Elysian box and walk away unharmed. Having now opened the box, the pair return to town to confirm a newly formed suspicion. With Sammy's help, Layton and Luke gain access to the Herzen Museum. The pair hope to continue their search for facts relating to the Elysian box. Yes, we're in a different place than last time because I went and solved enough puzzles to get past the final puzzle gate. That's why we were in a different place. Here we go. These artifacts reveal the family's long history. Welcome friends, I'm Grinko and I'm the curator of the Herzen Museum. We have an extensive collection of artifacts relating to the history of this town and the Herzen family. Sammy told me all about you two. I hope you find our resources helpful to your investigation. Please feel free to peruse the collection to your heart's content. The Professor and Luke decide to explore the Herzen Museum. I see you've taken quite an interest in that picture. Is this what I think it is? It's a photograph of the entire Herzen family, who were responsible for Falsence's legendary wealth. The distinguished older gentleman on the left is Duke Herzen. His youngest son, Frederick, is in the middle, and his eldest son, Anton, is on the right. That's Frederick. That's Mr. Brugger, the founder and owner of the Momentary Express, is it not? Oh, you know him? Well, in addition to owning a railway, Frederick is a friend of mine and an owner of this museum. It's a sad story, really. He cut all ties to his father and left town 50 or so years ago. When he left, he took a small portion of the Herzen wealth and used it to start a railway. Yes, Frederick is quite a study in contradictions. He disliked his father enough to change his name, but he returned to Falsence to found this museum. Oh yeah, it kinda does, Sophie. Did the feud extend to all the members of the Herzen family? No, Frederick and Anton were always quite close, but their relationship with their father was never the same after that fateful day. What day was that, sir? The day Duke Herzen discovered the vein of gold that brought so much wealth to Falsence. He was a different man after that. Something changed him. Greed, perhaps? Well yes, there was that. But there was something more than greed infesting his heart. What do you think it was? I think it's best if we end this chat here. It's not my place to speculate about what goes on in the hearts of other people. We leave that to the Phantom Thieves. Of course. Tell me this though, if you can. Where is Anton now? That's a good question. I've heard rumours that he might still be living in that old castle. I can't imagine that anyone would live in a place so run down that people call it a vampire den. Gracious, look how long we've been chatting. I think it's time for me to get back to work. Please look around for as long as you like. It seems money can't solve all your problems, eh, Professor? This place is certainly full of stuff. Do you suppose this is a picture of the White Duke? I believe so, yes. The old Duke Herzen died a while ago and left behind a massive fortune. If he's gone, who's this vampire the whole town's talking about? Sam mentioned that Mr. Brugger had an older brother here. I think he's likely the man at the heart of all this talk. But if he's Mr. Brugger's older brother, he would have to be old and feeble by now. Oh, but then vampires don't age normally, do they? I couldn't possibly comment. This book looks ancient. Is there something here I have to examine? Sorry. That's one impressive statue. It must be of Duke Herzen. This entire museum appears to be dedicated to celebrating his achievements, so I'd have to agree. But wait a second, I thought Mr. Brugger owned this place. Yes, I believe that's the case. Then he built this museum in honour of his father? Maybe he's not so bad after all. Am I correct in believing that you wish to understand the secrets of the Elysian box? Yes, that's right. Would you happen to know anything about it? I'm sure you already know that the Elysian box is the Herzen family heirloom. At Mr. Brugger's request, I've been researching the history of Fultons and the Herzen family. In doing so, I uncovered a secret in this town's history that reveals the truth behind the Elysian box. Intriguing. What is this secret you speak of? It's easy to ask that question when you don't know what you're getting into, Mr. Layton. If you thirst for the truth and are ready to face it, you'd do well to visit the town mine. Many miners used to keep little diaries down there to document their time below ground. If you can find one of those, you'll have a first-hand account of what transpired back then. Thank you for the advice. We'll have a look for ourselves. Come, Luke, let's head to the mine. The Professor and Luke decided to set out for the mine on the edge of town. I'm just going to do a save state, and then we'll continue onwards. Yes, Matt, our pickaxes will be swinging side to side. Also, welcome, Matt. See, I didn't get a chance. I haven't. This is the first time I've had a chance to say welcome to you. This must be the mine we heard about, Professor. Yes, and it appears to be sealed off. Just imagine it, Luke. They used to dig for gold here. There must have been a lot of gold down there if it had such a huge effect on the entire town. If it brought so much wealth, why on earth would they ever close the mine down? That's a question we might be able to answer if we can find some account of what transpired here. There's no sense in any more speculation. Let's venture in. This door isn't going to open, Professor. Yes, it would seem that we need to solve this puzzle first. So, right. If you put B, if it went that way, this would go there. There. That would go that way, I think. So, dump. I want to say A based on that.
This should do the trick.
It's not A.
Well, I suppose you can't win them all.
Sophie, I don't think that's legal.
Consider this puzzle solved. A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
Excellent, door is open now. Let's proceed. We need to use this lift if we are to head further into the mine, but it seems to be broken. How can we get it running again? Ah, there's the circuit board over here. We should be able to use this to restore power for the elevator. Luke, we're in the UK, door to left. Let's see. Yes, follow the instructions on the circuit board, Luke. That should fix our problem. The puzzling left. We've got to make the balls change. I've got one ball in, now we need to get the other ball. Only 39 moves to get the balls in.
Let's see if this works. That was almost too easy.
You can do it in 12 moves according to that. Oh, the Rift is making some noise. I think it's fixed. Excellent. I suppose our next move should be to head down. Bum, 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 bum. What do you think, Luke? Could this safe hold some of the journals that Grinko mentioned? Well, we won't know until we open it. But how do we open it? The lock is rather complicated. Let me see if I can decipher the code. The old safe. Oh no. So there's... Oh, okay. So... There's only one of these in there, I think. Yeah. There's only one of... Oh, so... Wait. Each is you can only use once. Small... So 3... So 3 is the start of the code, isn't it? Is it? Wait. No. Ah, yeah. 3 is in the correct spot. No, wait. Small whites next to each row of digits is the key to finding the code. White. Right. Matt, I'm not big brain. I'm Herlock Sholmes. Orange white indicates the digit that is in the code and is in the correct spot. So 3 is in the right place. So does that mean it's 3-0? Or is it? No, 3-1. 3-1? I will get a hint. But actually we'll just unlock all of them. So... it's 4-1. Four 105. Wait, no. Take third row, so it's 0-1. Let's go with 0-1-4-5. If it's not, it's 5-4.
Consider this puzzle solved.
Okay, it's 5-4 then.
Well, I suppose that's one possibility eliminated.
Don't worry, Stevie, I'm lost too.
Consider this puzzle solved. A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
Boom. That did the trick. Have a look at this, Professor. Ah, this looks like a miner's diary. This is just the thing we've been looking for, Luke. Perhaps it can shed some light on what transpired here. Let's see what it says. We dug up some funny mineral that I've never seen before, here in the Duke's gold deposit. He's sure the ore can be refined into some other kind of precious metal. Personally, I feel like there's something sinister about the stuff. Not that the Duke cares one bit. No, here have his way and we'll keep digging. I bet my wife on that. Some other kind of precious metal? I thought this was a gold mine. Ever since we unearthed that awful ore, people have been dropping like flies from some unknown illness. There's so many sick people in town that half our miners have stopped coming into work. What in the world is going on here? Gosh, that's just terrible. So many people must have been sick. For since this time as a gleaming beacon of prosperity is at an end, this town is cursed and ruined. I suspect we're just days away from shutting down this awful mine for good. I left this diary behind so anyone who tries to reopen the mine may think twice about it. How odd. The date on this last entry is from just about 50 years ago. That can't be right. The mine was up and running until recently. Yes, or so we've been told, but this has got me thinking. Both this diary and Grinko suggest a connection between the reason box and the events in this mine. From what I can tell, all this traces back to a single man, the Duke himself. Even if he himself is long gone, his castle may yet contain the answers to all of our questions. So, does that mean we have to visit that spooky castle for ourselves? Do you mean to tell me you're scared of this place? Of course not. A million vampires wouldn't scare me. If there truly is a vampire living in that castle, I'd very much like to make his acquaintance. Don't say things like that, Professor. If we met one, I'm sure he'd eat us on the spot. The Professor and Luke decide to venture out to Herzen Castle. I believe we've retrieved the records we came for. Let's take our leave now. But what's this? The lift is out of service. I say, this won't do. Oh, look here, there's a set of buttons going to the wall. Surely one of these buttons will send the lift back up, but they're disconnected. Restarting the lift. Right. We'll just put that one's the positive, let's just keep that in mind for now. So positive as those two. This is negative. Free square.
And now to test my theory. Oh, my. This one is quite formidable.
Yes. I'll get a hint. Rightmost, third right. Left top 4. Right. Minus we know. Yeah, this is plus. So yeah, that's minus, isn't it? Plus.
And now to test my theory.
There we go.
A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
The lift is working again. The buttons appear to be working. We should be able to leave the mine now. I honestly didn't get why they just chucked that puzzle in there. Why it just feels unnecessary, honestly. Oh, Mr. Layton. What are you doing here? Now, Luke, sir, if I may be so bold, what brings you to these parts? Well, to be blunt, sir, I've been doing a bit of spying on you for some time now. You've led quite the investigation, and it won't be long before all snaps into focus for you. It is for that reason I feel I can no longer hide the truth of this place from you. What are you getting at, sir? You've seen my studio. All those pictures of the town there, those are pictures I took. The ones in the station of my work as well. Those photographs have held my interest for some time now. As they should, Mr. Layton. Do you remember our last meeting in my shop? You pointed out that a certain strange phenomenon occurring in photos taken within Folsom's. Yes, just one curiosity among the many we've seen in this town. It feels as though the whole Folsom's conspires to keep a secret hidden from us. Your feeling is right, sir. You see, Folsom's is a cursed town. Cursed? To call it such may seem base, but I assure you the town's past is the very definition of the word. Perhaps the cursed is a punishment we are meant to endure for the great mistakes of our past. All nightmares eventually end, and I feel it won't be long now before we awaken. Huh? I encourage you to head to that castle in the distance and to meet with Duke Anton. Is this Anton the eldest son of the previous Duke? He is. Duke Anton has presided over Herzen Castle since his father's passing some time ago. I served the Herzen family until that day 50 years ago, when I left it all behind and fled. I don't think Anton will ever forgive me. You see, he's a man who abhors betrayal above all else. What transpired 50 years ago? The answers to all your questions can be found at the castle. I urge you to head there. Perhaps a voice of reason like yours might persuade Duke Anton to listen. If you believe it will settle the matter, we'll visit the castle. Yes, see with your own eyes what's become of this town. Perhaps then we'll finally reach the end of this dark tunnel we've been travelling through. Luke, I believe our destination has become apparent. You know where we must go next, don't you? The people we've talked to are scared to death of the vampire they see is living up in that castle. And that chap, the photographer, only raises more questions. What happened 50 years ago? And what on earth is going on in that castle? Almost overnight, the Herzen family became incredibly wealthy when they discovered that scene of gold. If we can understand the story behind that, our questions about the Elysian box will be answered. But how are we going to get into the castle, Professor? I don't think it's the kind of place we can just waltz into. Oh, I wouldn't say it's impossible by any means. What do you mean? The tracks we saw on the road to the castle are still very fresh. We've seen that the stagecoach is bringing something to the castle every day. We need only follow it to find our way to the castle. Well, of course, that stagecoach is our ticket in. Excellent deduction, Luke. Now, shall we get going? I'm ready to go whenever you are, Professor. Just lead the way. The symbol is actually a crest belonging to the Herzen family who once ruled over Folsom's. It's clear that the Herzen family and the Elysian box are deeply connected. The gate is shut tight. In order to get in, we'll simply have to wait for the stagecoach. Look, there's the stagecoach now. Quick, let's hide. It's open, Professor. The gate's open. And we've escaped the detection. If we're going to enter, now is our only chance. Move quickly. Do we really have to go through this forest to get there? I have to say, I find this place rather spooky. Hey! Luke, what's the matter? A ghost! There's a ghost in the forest! Oh Luke, you know that there are no such things as ghosts. Your eyes must be playing tricks on you. But I'm positive I saw it, Professor. Deep breaths, Luke. When on edge, even something as harmless as a gnarled tree can look like a ghost. I suppose so. Feeling better? Good, come along. We mustn't let the stagecoach get too far ahead. It's pitch black out here, Professor. Yes, without some sort of light, I don't believe we'll be able to advance. But what do we have here? We're in luck, my boy. I think someone left a lantern here. Light the way 1. Right. That goes all the way up there. Need one there. So that goes all the way there. That goes all the way. That goes all the way. That goes all the way. I think that works. But yeah. That goes all the way. That goes all the way. That goes all the way there. That goes all the way there. That goes all the way there.
And now to test my theory.
Okay, we can do it in less lamps then.
This one is quite formidable.
Okay, we'll get rid of... We need to lose one then. Oh wait. Hey Sam. We are just puzzling. It's going good, Sam. How are you today? That also works,
now
but
to test my theory.
No.
Well, I suppose you can't win them all.
Oh yeah, haven't seen. Sorry. We will 4. So we need 1. So it's 4. That works for across there. So if we, that one can go there. Wait, we need... I think this works. Now, let's try it.
Consider this puzzle solved.
Yeah, that works.
A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
Ah, now we've got a white. Curious though, isn't it? Who would leave a perfectly good lantern out here? I can't imagine someone simply forgot it here. It's almost like someone's leaving a trail for us. When I was a kid, I got so nervous during the section when I was a kid, I got so nervous about this, I had to stop playing for the night because I was scared of the dark forest. Look at this strange mushroom, Professor. Curious, I've never seen this type before. Let me study it just a moment before we move on. Forest mushrooms. Right. Collect all the mushrooms. So we need to go 1. Wait, no. 3. No, we can't go that way. No, not that way either. Yes, of course. My very... yes, Matt, of course. It's like... Actually, if we work from the end and... No, that doesn't work. That doesn't... We're... Go right. Okay. Right. I'm gonna get a hint too as well. Oh, so right. We start off from the right and we approach from the right. So. That still misses that one. Right. Approach from right, start from right. So... With a very elaborate DS capture card, of course. Wait, no, we can't. Oh. That works. Yeah, that goes for all of them.
Here goes. Piece of cake.
You clearly realise that you don't need to use every single path. Now that your curiosity is satisfied, can we please move on, Professor? Dark Forest 3. When did it get so chilly? Indeed, it's so cold out here that the wake has frozen over. Oh, I have an idea for a shortcut. Slippery Crossings 1. Whee! Right. Whee!
This should do the trick. And there we have it.
I love the ice slide puzzles. I remember getting stuck on them in Pokemon Heart Gold. Our crossing went as well as we could hope for, but we can't stop here. Off we go. Professor, are you sure it's safe to cross this thing? It looks a bit rickety. Safe enough, I believe. Are you frightened, Luke? Whittle, yes. I mean, just look. If I fail, that'll be the end of me for sure. Now, Luke, it may seem scary, but if you stay calm and keep moving forward, you'll be just fine. Here, help me with this puzzle. It will help take your mind off our little trip across the chasm. Yeah, all the music in this video game series is really good, guy. Right. No, that's not right. Yeah, Yeah, that works.
Consider this puzzle solved. Ha! Wonderful.
That was some fancy footwork. The 9th step you choose gets safely across the bridge. Well, I suppose I feel a little better, but this bridge still makes me nervous. Wow, this place looks even scarier up close. Feeling nervous again, are you? Okay, see you in a bit, Sam. Not in the slightest. Let's go, Professor. Ah! Somebody help me! What seems to be the problem, sir? There's a vampire in that castle. I thought I was a goner, but I managed to give him the slip. An actual vampire? Are you sure? I didn't stick around to check his fangs up close, Sunny boy. I've got to get out of here. Ah. So what do you think about all this vampire business now, Professor? Rumour does seem to have spread throughout the population of Folsons. Wow, do you think maybe it could be, more than a rumour? Mr. Parcell seemed very sure. That's what we're here to find out. Just a few more steps and we'll find out for ourselves. Yes, we'll save our progress.